Today we are talking about Infinite Memory Infinite. I don't know. I picked this up for like $10 on the PlayStation Store the other day. It looked like a pretty good first-person shooter. I was like, it looks pretty, it seems pretty. I watched like a G-Man review of it for like 2 seconds. He said, good gunplay. I was like, fucking sold. So I downloaded the game. Hop in, get through this little loading screen. I'm kind of hyped up. While this was going, I checked the playtime, and Jesus, it's only 2 hours. And I was like, did I waste my money? And then it opens up. She wasn't wearing that the first time I opened it. But then I started looking. They had like skins. So you go through and you check all these skins, and you're like, what the hell is this game? And right away, I'm looking at this stuff. I'm like, this game's on some like anime waifu shit right away. And I think this could work though. This could work. If they put if this game has some like funny dialogue or something, and they run with this motif, this game could goddamn slap. And no, not slap my meat. I'm not that much of a degenerate. My porn has real women in it. Anyways, so I go through, looked at all the stuff, jumped in the game, and right away you're just kind of fighting army dudes. Like it feels kind of like a combination of the old James Bond games by Activision and Call of Duty. It doesn't feel like anything new or groundbreaking, but for a AA game, I had to say that was pretty impressive, and I was kind of feeling it. The sword plays really nice. I was like, okay, it's kind of got some Shadow Warrior stuff going on, but with army men, whatever. I mean, it's $10. I'm not worried about it. And so I'm using the guns, running through it. I noticed that the outfit I put on is used in cutscene scenes, which I think is really funny because the story is absolutely dog water, which it really sucks because that opening stuff, my mind was going crazy. I was picturing Shadow Warrior with a woman, dude, and I was like, this could be funny. This could be the Lo Wang of women or the Duke Nukem of women in games. You know, they could have done that, but instead the dialogue's like, hey Sheila, or whatever her name is, like Sheila, or whatever her name is, go to point A. Hey, we have reports of this, lightning engaging. And you're like, what the fuck, this is stupid. And she's like, okay, yes, I'm infiltrating. Got to move quietly. It's just so lame. It's like, I was like, bro, shut up, both of you. You guys suck. And at first moment, I'm like, I don't know how it feels. And then this flash happens. And I start fighting people with shields and swords from like, they look kind of Roman-y or something like that. I don't know. It's like a mixture of old like Japanese and Roman warriors. And this is where the game caught my attention. I love this. And it just, the fact that right here, when it does this switch, and you're fighting these things with guns, and they have they have their little axes, and you have to work around them, and you're like, this is cool, this is otherworldly, this is the type of shit that puts your ass in the seat and wants you to play. Because, like, the combat's there in this game. When I compare it to Call of Duty, do not think that's a slight. That means it has good first-person shooter gameplay. And so, the fact that it feels like Call of Duty with hints of Shadow Warrior, I mean, you have this cool, like, force move you can use. I didn't use the force moves that much. I mainly put my perk points into the sword moves because they were way cooler, to be honest. I love Shadow Warrior, so I'm going to be playing this shit like Shadow Warrior. And then, right after this, you kind of go back to fighting soldiers again. And that let me down. You know, that really let me down because the soldiers never feel great to fight. The bigger, badder soldiers feel lame. So whenever I'm in these moments fighting these really cool, really well-designed enemies, because like right here, you see me just like slashing up this guy with these 2 maces. That's cool. That's what I want to be here. And, you know, she could have been dropping one-liners like she's Bayonetta or shit, you know? There is ways that I see if this developer, I don't know who the developer is, but if this developer already put in the weird waifu shit, I think that they should look at people like the people who made Postal. Or maybe talk to Squanch Games and or somebody. Talk to somebody who get somebody in there that's written some like comedic lines and make your your shooter a hero shooter. or not like a hero shooter like that, but I don't know the boomer shooter, like they always have like that main character that you vibe with. Who's like, I chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. Or Lo Wang making a dick joke every 2 seconds. The postal guy smoking crack. Give her something other than just being able to put a swimsuit on her for cutscenes. I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity, because you set this vibe from the start menu. You set this vibe that this game is a little goofy when you look at the costumes. And when you set this vibe, and then you have this otherworldly stuff, when you go back to fighting generic ass military guys, it pulls you out of it. You can see there's moments of this game, and the generic military guys always feels good. The combat always feels good in this game, so if you got 2 hours to kill and $10 to burn, throw it in this game. It's fucking worth it. It is a fun-ass, quick-paced, great time, and the boss fights slap like crazy, because the boss fights do go back to the time-split, old Japanese lore-type enemies. And that's where this game shines. It feels like a Souls game during the boss fights. You're dodging, you're parrying, you're doing all this cool stuff. You're using this your weapon's secondary functions, which are like explosive functions for all your guns. There's really cool mechanics based in this game, but it is lost when it's trying to do this overarching story with this, where you're trying to take down this military task force. Nah, dude, just make a game where you're a hot Asian bitch with big titties like you made in this game. Make her funny, make her too overly tough. Have her dropping one-liners. Have like her boss being like Charlie from Charlie's Angels, but a bitch, like a pencil pusher, right? And him be like, oh geez, I don't know, well, it seems like you need to go here. Do you get that I'm fucking fighting Mongolians right now, you pencil neck piece of shit? Mama's gotta cook. Shit like that would be fucking amazing, and then this game would fucking be like the best shooter. It could be the best. Like, you go around a corner in a cutscene, and there's just a big guy with 2 axes, because there's a big guy in this game with 2 axes, and he like spins them. And she's like, alright, micro dick, seems you're compensating for a bit much. Shit like that would be so fucking good in this game, because it already looks crispy. And so, I think if they actually made, like, Bright Memory, and just relaunched a Bright Memory game, and made it an attitude shooter, with the same combat, and just dropped the bullshit military guys, and had it just be her fighting wild, like, ancient warriors from mythology, that would be a fucking 10 out of 10 game. But as it sits, even with me telling you, hey, go pick this game up, it fucking slaps, it's still a 7 out of 10. It's too short, and half of it feels generic. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you go and play this game and kind of see what I'm talking about. I hope one day maybe the developers see this and they do make a game. Because, like, just like watching this cutscene here and seeing her run around in her bikini, how funny it would be to make it an attitude shooter. But that's all I got. Leave a comment. Subscribe to my video, you goddamn idiots.